anything there, Will? I don't see how to. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, I just launched the TradingView live stream beta. I don't know which one I like more or less. So I'm going to do both. A huge fan of TradingView, though, I will say that. All right. What are we looking at today? All right. One thing I want to look at was crude, man. Holy crap. Down 8.5%. Everybody keeps talking about how bullish they've been on crude. And all it's done is get dumped. Okay, this is what everybody's talking about today. Have the indices bottomed? That's the question everybody's talking about right now. And so we're going to be doing a little trading. We've got basically weekly has a lot of room to recover. That does not look very bullish on the weekly. On the daily, we have a potential double bottom pattern, probably Sunday if we can get above today's high. The 4 hour, we do have a failed vol breakout on the 4 hour, and then we have hit the midline on the hourly. So I'm not saying too decisively that we have anything worth looking at just yet, but it is interesting to watch. Let's have a look at Euro. Euro gave back this morning a good chunk of its topping move, so I'm not in a rush here. One thing I want to point out is that this week has been a this week has been a great week to not do anything. I have one trade on. It's the pound yen long on a daily swing, and it's doing decently. As you can see, we got our failed vol breakout. Overnight, it went and dumped really hard and then got bought up pretty quickly. So, so far, we're right there at the edge. If we get a weak close, I'll go ahead and exit. But otherwise, we have good potential. That's a shakeout. That's the failed vol breakout pattern. And then just a whole lot of volatility in there. Let's take a look at bonds are up 3%. That is an unreal move, I must say. A 3% up move on bonds is pretty freaking crazy. I will say that for sure. Okay, Will, didn't know TradingView had a live stream feature. Looking forward. Yep, come on over. We got a live stream on YouTube and on TradingView right now. I have one problem with TradingView. I use their alerts for target stops. The notification symbol is very similar to Google Weather Alerts. False positive. Yeah, I don't have any alerts or anything like that, but cool. I've used them from time to time, but yeah, I don't really use that product at all. So let's have a look at bonds. Bonds, just massive rip, vol breakout, vol breakout, vol breakout, vol breakout. A little bit of sideways action today. Let's take a look at the S&P. Same as that. Let's look at Apple. Apple, see if they've been holding up at all. Apple's been holding up. Yeah. The MAGA stocks. Amazon. Facebook, however, has just been getting crushed and continues to get crushed. Netflix is up like 12% on the year, I think. A little down day today, but they've been doing pretty good with the whole coronavirus. People thinking that people are just going to stay home. What else? Tesla almost got to the 1,000. Big reversal, another big reversal. Gold putting in work. Gold's just a volatile machine. Jeez, last hour, did you guys see that dump? That was 1.22% on the hourly. Let's take a look at copper. Silver. DJ David Pascal, good morning on the Trading View live stream. Very cool to see you there. Platinum, bit of a bottom there. Palladium, let's see what has happened. Just a lot of volatility, really. Wheat, very compressed vol on the weekly. That's interesting. Let's get into the crypto world. So the last week or so, I got long Bitcoin, and we had a bit of a pullback. But what kept me in is we held the midline on the weekly here. I also knew that the range, because of the 10,000 mark last month, had a potential to go pretty wide. So I lightened up positions, but I didn't. My position sizes were a little bit smaller because we had, for obvious reasons. We had the 10,000. We knew what our monthly return was, or our monthly ranges were for crypto on Bitcoin, I should say, when it hits 10,000. So everything, seemed to hold up. On the 4 hour, we did have that pullback. So far, it's been holding. Midline's been holding. It's still a nice long trade. Okay, we have a cable. Okay, weekly cable bouncing off the bottom band, but look how tight the vol regime is here. Straight up all week long, pretty much from that failed vol breakout on cable. That was the trade, not the cable pound yen, which I'm in. But hey, straight up. Now we're starting to get a couple of topping patterns here on the 4 hour and on the 1 hour. There is a potential mean reversion trade, but so far it's looking very much on an upward trend. Napster, why did I turn my camera off? Because it wouldn't come from my webcam. It went from my laptop cam, and it wasn't. It was kind of like looking up my nose. So somehow I got to figure out how to get my my webcam as the main camera source for Trading View. I have it on YouTube, but yeah, that's why I did that. Let's just pull up. So we have a failed vol breakout, long setup on the 4 hour here on NASDAQ. And that would have been filled had you taken that trade this morning. There is a potential about 1.5 hour back then to the midline. Still opportunity to get in there. However, I did not take that. So if you follow me or if this is your first time, I'm usually pretty active as far as trading goes. But for the last 2 weeks, there has not been a whole lot of opportunity. Okay, we had a nice short here on the 10-minute. I'm not going to take that victory lap because I didn't take the trade. But this is a textbook filled vol breakout on the 10-minute, and it would have got filled and very little heat as you're hitting your profit target here at the 1.5R on the short and then looking to close out. This past 2 weeks or so, there's just not a lot of opportunity to there's been a lot of trading, but it is so overreactive right now. When the ranges were 0.5%, 2 weeks ago, we're at 2 or 3% moves every single day. So what I've just been doing, just choose a full screen. I'll have a look at what you're saying here in a second. So what I've been talking about been focusing on is the like finding low risk, high return trades. And I've had, let's see, 2 days ago, we got long the Russell, day traded the Russell. And that was we cut that down near the low and that thing ripped to some pretty nice levels. Also, we had a good failed vol breakout on Russell. Basically everything. Sorry, we're getting a little. I'm learning the trading view stuff, so I've got a few. Things that I'm trying to do here. Okay, there's me. Side view, not interesting. I really wish it would go to the other camera. That's okay. Toggle screen. Maybe that. What's up, Bob B? Bob B in the YouTube. I'm not getting any, not seeing any video on my trading view screen. It's just a black screen at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to click on the screen button and choose not a browser tab. I'll just do, I'm seeing a black screen as well. So I've selected monitor 2, which has the Russell 10-minute up on it. Sorry, for those of you on YouTube, I'm I'm talking to a few people on the Trading View live thing, and I'm getting a little help to get it working. You guys on YouTube are, my apologies for having these conversations. Application window, Chrome tab. Can you show this page in YouTube streams? Yeah, YouTube's on, no problem. Okay, you guys see Russell right now, right? Cool. Let me see if I'm going to throw the Nikkei up here. Okay, now you guys are seeing the screens change, yes? So let me throw up, I'm going to throw Euro up. Those in YouTube, no worries. But those on TradingView, if you see the Euro now, let me know. Give me a yep. I see a yep with a DJ Pascal, a buddy from Tampa. All right. So what are we trading today? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Dow. Dow's held up a little stronger, which is kind of nice. Okay, great. All right. Very good. Very good. We're off and running now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you want to see cable? Sure. Yeah. What time frame are you trading this thing on, Bubbles? I'm long, and I would be long, but I'm on a, I'm looking over a longer time frame. So for me, we had a long setup this week, a buy. Once we broke out of that, we got out of this compressed volatility regime. Once it closed outside of it, I was looking for a reversal to the high, which we certainly got. And we put in that nice double bottom pattern. So it would have been a buy stop about right here. The only thing that would have been a bit of an issue for me is just the distance from here to the midline was so low, but I'm currently long on pound yen, which got filled here yesterday. So I put a buy stop above here. So a buy stop above here. I got long and we've instantly turned down. And so I was looking for I would exit on a close below here. 1 hour. Okay, you're looking at the 1 hour on cable. Got it. Yeah, you'd be looking at a nice reversion to the 1927, 1928 level at the moment. However, the trend is just so strong. So pullbacks to the midlines are kind of low. This is a very strong trend at the moment. And so so we have nice reversal candles for sure. And we have this reversal that's starting to take off after these big topping patterns. And you can see to get reversals, you have this nice tight range here, and then we start to get a little bit higher here. Okay, so this one got stopped. As you see, we had that big candle close above it, and that's going to create all sorts of drama in there. All the shorts who shorted here got stopped out, and then now we're starting to turn down. So we are getting some bears coming back into it. At this point, it's more of I would be looking to buy dips as opposed to selling rips. So we are kind of long in the tooth here. Honestly, I don't have any like real tactical response to this trade. If you're short, ideally you got short around the 130 level. So low was 130.231. So 130.230 is where the short would have entered, a tick below the previous low. And then starting to move. Now, if you can get below this area, you should get a little bit acceleration, but that would probably be the point that it would want to return and go higher. Basically, what you're looking at is these to get ran, stops to get ran, and then the trends to continue. That's how I would be looking at this one. Let's go ahead and take a look back at futures. I'm looking to possibly do some trading today. But as I've been talking about here, there's a lot of not trading going on right now, just because it's just crazy. This is a 70-point move, basically a 70-point move on the S&P from the open till in like 2 hours. That 70 points, that's a lot. And yes, percentage wise, that's a lot too. That's about a 2% move. And it's just too volatile to really have an advantage. Yeah, there are people that are able to do it. Congratulations to those that do it. I've been trading for over 20 years. I've traded the dot-com bubble. I've traded 9/11. I've traded recessions. I've traded global financial crisis, Lehman Brothers, AIG, the bailouts, flash crash, the U.S. debt downgrade, Brexit, 2018 apocalypse, the meltdown 2018, and this crazy couple of week period, the coronavirus stuff. And it's fun to talk about and remember. You are trading through historical times right now, traders. So you have definitely earned you've earned your stripes when you hear cranky smug people on Twitter or whatever, sitting there like, oh, you millennials don't know anything. You guys have never had to ever trade through a meltdown or anything before. You've only been going long and it's worked for you. They sit there and cry and yell about all those sort of things. But guess what? You have absolutely traded through one of the most historic trading periods, and I've traded through all of them since 1999. I've traded through all of them, and this one, just like every other one of them, was unique. It was different. It was the fourth biggest move in a week in history, and the way it moved was completely different than it was completely different than 2008. And a lot of people who are just going to be sit here and judge you and say you don't know what you're doing because you weren't here when the whole financial system collapsed and was in total chaos. Who cares? I respect you for being here right now. You definitely are trading through historical times. This is a tough market. And, hopefully I can be helpful in helping you navigate through that stuff and understand that you don't have to trade it. If you're going to lose $1 and it's, if let's say normally you would lose $1 and you're going to lose 10 right now because the volatility is just so crazy, there's no reason to do it. There's no reason to jump in and get your butt kicked and give money back to the market. There's no reason to do it. You can sit here and wait with me and we'll find some setups. We'll find some things to trade. We'll find a way to do this. If you guys wouldn't mind retweeting this, I'm going to drop this in both the chats. Like, retweet, give us a thumbs up down below on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button. I don't know if there's a like or anything on TradingView, but from what we know, this is what brings the great traders to come and join us. We get some more eyes out on the markets, more people coming in and having fun with us. Um, all right, all right, all right. So get hitting that like button on YouTube and retweeting, hitting the like and retweeting on Twitter. I appreciate it. I love when you all interact with me. I apologize if you've emailed me, if you've tweeted me or hit me up in any way, and I haven't gotten back to you. Honestly, I do have way too many emails to get back to. I'm really planning on getting to them this week. I am a mentor at a prop firm, and so I have a bunch of traders that I mentor there too these days, and that's been taking a lot of my time getting up to speed on that. And yeah, okay. Well, we're watching paint dry right now. It's volatile, it's crazy, but there's not a lot happening. Everything seemed to happen in crude today. That was a beast of a move. And now we're starting to get a bit of a bounce. There might be something to do in crude. Um, yeah, let's just do our pop that one. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so let me pull up my 60. Natty gas on the hourly looking like a potential buy. Morning, AT. Good to see you. Okay, so potential buy. We'll have to wait for next hour. Let's go through our list. Let's go down our currencies and just crank through the hourlies. Hour just updated. Pesos, unbelievable. Just that move. Wow. So Kiwi's up 92 cent or 92.92 on the daily. Let's have a look. Wow. Wow. Big move today. Kiwi, Aussie. Euro. Pound is strong, very strong uptrend on the pound. No setup. Well, let's get down the hourly. No, too much of a trend on the pound to take. Euro pound, geez. That'll wake you up. Aussie yen. Let's go through our yen pairs. Don't think anything's happening on the yen pairs right now. Into our equities. Equities taking a bit of a dump again, starting to go down. That 10-minute short is really playing out. I showed up late. I didn't take it. Yeah, equities all doing that bottoming type stuff that needs to happen if we are going to get a bottom. But at the moment, it's just looking extremely weak. Bonds are, look at that. That's just nuts. 177 spot 16 to 180. Jeez. The volatility is just insane in the bond market, which is not something you usually say. That's not something you usually hear. Yeah, volatility is insane on the bond market. That's not anything that comes out of my mouth. Rarely comes out of my mouth. That's generational, once in a lifetime move happening on bonds. Crude. Crude is just getting destroyed, heading for that 40 level. Let's have a look at Natty Gas. Natty is kind of trying to hold it up, but nothing exciting there. Gold. So gold on the hourly, we've moved into we've consolidated here, big, massive sell-off. This was 1686 to 1640. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's a really big move in 1 hour. But what I want to point out is we're still inside this compressed volatility regime on the hourly gold. They sold it off as hard as they could, and bulls came back and bought it up. Bulls came back and bought it up. Bulls are back in control because of that, and they need to take control. So they're going to have to want to get above here, which, I mean, this is a big move still. 1671 from 1666, 5-point move to get above there and take control. That's going to be a lot of work. Let's keep going. That's interesting, though. Gold is interesting. Copper. I don't have much on copper. Silver, nothing. Platinum. Wow, that's a massive rip. Palladium. Corn. Okay, we got a vol breakout. Want to keep an eye on this one because there could be a potential to get long on a mean reversion in the next hour. Soy, not so much. David sold his long TLT position this morning on the open. Good choice. I don't know how long you've had that TLT, but very nice move. I'm still in TLT and TLH on the monthly swing system. My ETF strategy. Bitcoins. Friday afternoon, rallied into the weekend as always. Let's take a look. Ethereum. Ethereum up pretty big today. Ethereum up 4% already. Okay, let's see. What do we get? We had 5-minute gold. All right, let's look at a 5-minute gold. I don't trade that low of a time frame today. So we got our failed vol breakout, reversal. The buy would have been above this candle here. So we got close outside the compressed vol. You put your buy stop here. That's too far of a range. No trade. Put your buy. Come on, mouse. So I would have put. Sorry if my screen just went black, guys. It was a bit of an issue with. Okay, for the Trading View folks, should be back live, seeing the screen. I think the live view on Trading View is more real time than the one on YouTube. So you might be lagging a little bit further back on YouTube than you would be if you're on the Trading View link. So give that have a look there if you like. So on the failed vol breakout strategy, big massive move there. Buy stop above here. The distance is too far, so it would have been no trade. Distance is still too far here. Now here, because of the risk range on this one, looking to get long 53, that would have no filled. So you would have put it here and even the tighter move, giving you a much bigger position size. Just waiting on that 5-minute there. High would have been 1653.90. So 91 entry and move to the midline, 67. That's just a crazy move. From here, there is a potential bottom. That is bullish. Bullish. First look back. Let me take the squiggly lines off. Okay, so on gold, boom, boom. Buy stop above here. Potential with your stop in here. I don't think it filled. Let's see if that got filled. 1667, 67, no fill. This is the CFDs. This isn't the futures contract, so the futures contract could be a little bit different. The only thing I would be looking at is you got higher highs and I want higher lows, and they seem to be holding even these pullbacks. So just as long as this doesn't get a 5-minute close below that on there would be something to pay attention to. That's what I would be looking at on gold. AT, cool. Yeah, no, I mean, we get more people on discovering us on YouTube, but usually, but not today. Apparently, YouTube's angry that I'm using TradingView, but silver calls 417. Cool, Stag. Congrats. I don't trade options, so not that I just don't have a. Well, let's see what silver's doing. $20 calls. Cool. Let's have a look at. Interesting on corn. Yeah, I have a compressed vol regime, followed by a vol breakout here on corn. Big move there. So we're going to watch this hourly, see how it trades this hour. And if we can get a, holy crap, that's a 5.5% move on ultra bonds. And that isn't even, wow, the extent of the move today. Holy crap. Unbelievable. So bonds were up today. Let's have a look. They're up 3% right now. They've been up as high as 4%, it looks like, today. I mean, this is the sort of move that you would get as a blow off top. If you would reverse this move and close flat, break even, or even negative on the trading day in bonds, that would be something really interesting. AT. Switching over to TradingView screen. Really like it over there. Cool. Thanks. Thanks, AT. Yeah. David asked, do you mind going over what criteria for a look back? Yeah, it was gold, I think, is what we were looking at there. So it's just a setup. Okay, so now this would have been filled on gold. All right, I'm long gold. I got filled. I get filled at 1669 on the April contract. Okay, that's a delayed. So that's, I guess, CFDs. Okay, so David asked, what is first look back? So we had our bottom here. This would be first look back. And David, it's not very, you know that I'm in When I'm day trading, I'm a lot more discretionary, but we are looking at it's a quantitative pattern, the double bottom pattern with a mean reversion trade comes back. And so at this point in time, bears are seeing this as a bear flag. Bulls are seeing this as a bull flag. I'm trading it long as a bullish trade. This is the only trade I have on. This is the only trade I have on at the moment, other than the pound yen, which is putting in a nice reversal, but not really doing much at the moment. So, but David, yeah, it's just we have the double bottom pattern. Let me get my squiggly lines off the screen for us here. Double bottom pattern blows out, big strong up move, and then first look back is here. So it could be here and here, and then the move breaking above that. It could be a break above here. Either way in here, this is first look back, and most likely what we're going after is a bit of a mean reversion. So remember on the hourly, I said bulls had strongly taken back control here. Bulls owned it, always in long yesterday. And then we get to the top and it just gets whipsawy. Bulls come back, hold line support down here, and they're coming back strong to try to take this thing higher again. So we're looking at, for me to trade this, double bottom, first look back. Bulls hold this one with the strength and fury of, I don't know, just a beast. And this is first look back in this general area here. So I'm looking for a move there. Now this is where bears stops are going to be. Bears are going to sit here with stops, the more aggressive bears. They caught this whole thing and they sat through all this. Or they just saw this big move and they're like, okay, that's strong. That's a very bearish move. They're going to keep their stop here, would have gone short here. And so now as we move up here to troll the bears, we could get ourselves a nice, more sustained up move if bulls still are in control. Let's just start looking up at the different time frames. Okay, bulls have control. Bulls took, this is a first look back. So this was last week's catastrophic meltdown. We bottomed there, come up, came down. This is another first look back, David. And you can see we break out of there. So we have this nice upward candle, which is cool, but it doesn't really break until this swing high, which is the more aggressive, the smarter bears who shorted up in here. They're going to trail stop right above here. Some of the bears that shorted this one here, they're going to leave their stop here. So this is your first area of contention. And you can see when you get a move above a swing high, a significant swing high like that, you have a big, massive rip candle. And those are there to tell you, like you can see that was a significant stop that got ran. That was a significant stop that got ran. And again, when you see another significant, so this would have been a significant stop, handed over to this significant stop, you just see these big body candles get taken out. And the same thing we would be looking at here on gold is if this stop gets taken out, 1690 or so, 1691, if that gets ran, we should have a big candle body when those happen. Every time you get a significant stop run like these here, see how these stops got ran, and then you have that big significant candle body, that's indicative of a major stop getting taken out, okay? So far, so good on our gold long. This is me being long gold. Emails. So many emails. I got to say, I'm pretty stoked. My laptop's handling 2 live streams at the same time and 3 external monitors. Ultra bonds. Oh, geez. Crude down 8.5. Oh. These are historical times, people. Napster 0. Napster, are you do you work with TradingView? Napsters or Napsters or huh. Seem to have lost my chat in TradingView. Well, that's a pain. Sorry, I seem to have lost my chat feature on TradingView. So if anybody is chatting to me in TradingView, I cannot see what you're saying. My apologies. Opinion on S&P. Don't have much of an opinion at the moment. Could be a potential bottom, potential head and shoulder bottom on the 10-minute. Bottom E attempt on the hourly, 4-hour again. Yeah. Obviously, the thing about these sort of places in time where you have massive meltdown, big reversal, another attempt, like I would be bullish to see this turn. I'm not very bearish. I just don't have a whole lot of opinion at the moment on. I don't have much of an opinion on S&P or any of those. They all look pretty like they pretty beaten up. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean they can't continue to keep getting beaten up by any means. Oh wow, we're just dragging things around, aren't we? I honestly don't know what happened to lose my. I don't know how to recover my chat in TradingView. It's just went full screen, and that was, you know, it's on me. Okay. See if that does it. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with TradingView. To get the chat in TradingView, I can't tell if I have anybody writing or a handful of people writing me messages or not. Just gonna take a little getting used to is all for me. Thanks for all the likes on YouTube, people. I appreciate it. Really sorry on the TradingView people. I really apologize. I can't. And you may not have said anything, so it's cool. But yeah, I apologize that I cannot see any of your questions. If you are chatting with me at all, putting anything in there, that's bit of a hurdle on the platform. I hit somehow. I went live stream, or you know, I closed the chat. I just don't know how to get it back. Keep an eye on bonds. Say if something's going to happen, we're going to see a big, some sort of, if there's going to be any sort of news or market stimulation or anything like that, I think we're going to see a massive move in the bonds. It would have to be a reversal. And all we're getting right now is just a lot of selling. I don't trust much. Corn. Yeah, I got one friend who is just murdering this market right now. He's trading micros, one micro, uh, and he's made as much money in the past 2 weeks day trading, scalping micros, as he normally, because he normally trades the full size contract, the mini, I should say, uh, and he's doing that pretty well. There are people who can just do amazing things in this sort of market. Personally, my favorite way to trade a market like this is from the sidelines. Just kind of let it all play out. Jeez. Really wish I could figure out how to get the chat back. Bitcoin coming back. We got a boom, 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 bottom, blast off there. You can see when that got taken out, we had that big bar blast off. So next steps in Bitcoin that we're going to be looking for, this 9,300. Obviously 10,000 is going to be a big target this weekend. Let's see what the portfolio is looking like right now. Gold is making me look smart. TLT, TLH making me look smart. At this point in time, no, not in the dollar. Qs and spies are doing fine. Nothing going on there. XLP is looking okay. Yeah, everything looking so good so far on the position. All right, I'm going to make myself a coffee. I'll be right back. All right, we are coming down to potential stop on the gold trade. Same thing would apply. Bulls would have stops where I have mine, and if it gets stops, it should be a bigger bar. I would signal that bears are still firmly in control, even though it looks like the bulls brought it back. Huh. Yeah, I just don't know how to get the chat going on TradingView again. It's full screen. It's a bummer. Well, at least you can see me now on the live stream. I just don't like the angle of the camera there. My webcam is the better camera. Okay, 10-minute held so far. Currently long gold from 69. That'll be the April contract. Pierce Crosby, thanks for the retweet, good sir. Bonds coming back a little bit finally. Just a little bit. Really wish I could figure out how to fix that on TradingView. Maybe I'll have to stop and restart. Dollar coming back. Looks like, interestingly enough. It's going to hurt us on gold. Yep. Still got about 5 minutes on gold. Before the candle closes. So let's just watch. For those that don't know, I do wait for the candle close before I exit positions. Mostly because we get what's these little stop runs like we just did, a stop run and then get the double bottom pattern and, a rip from here, meaning we've just, you start taking bulls out because you're running their stops and they get left behind. And so then you start moving and then bulls start chasing it and wanting to get back in because they're like, oh, we knew the move was there. We got shaken out, blah, 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 blah. Should be 85 degrees here in Scottsdale today. I think we're going to get another beautiful day. So I'm going to be out playing in the sun here shortly. Don't want to waste my time messing around with markets. There's beautiful weather to be had, and markets are just too chaotic to really enjoy. Got another 2.5 minutes on this candle. So far, I like how the candle's shaping up. We'll see how it plays out in the next 2.5 minutes, but that is what we like to see during a first look back. Corn's going to be interesting to watch. Not that one. Potential fail ball breakout on the hourly corn futures contract would be a buy stop at the top of the hour above here and a mean reversion trade. That's a nice, beautiful looking setup there. Okay, so if the trade now we're looking at, now we would be looking at a buy stop above this one here. We successfully double bottomed. And the real successful double bottom would be a move above 1665.8, so 1665.9 with a buy stop there. That gives us a lot more potential. This is the sort of stuff that like this gives you more confidence that bulls are in control. You see, they tried to dump it here a couple of times, and we rallied back in the last 10 minutes. And now we're starting to put it in again. You know, it looked bullish here, dumps, another attempt. When you start, you get bears seeing this. Okay, so now we get this high. You should have a bigger candle here, and that should also take out this one. If the strength from this candle getting stopped out and going higher should also do this one. So we should get a bigger candle here. If we can get above this 1669.6 on the CFDs, if we can get above it, we should run stops, and they should get a bigger candle body, something maybe to the size of like this one, maybe not a 0.7% move, maybe like a 0.3 or a 0.5% move. But if we can get above here and here in the same candle, that should put up a good sized candle, and we'll probably be looking to exit on that candle, take our profits. At least I will be looking to take profits because I want to go play outside today. I don't want to sit and stare at my computer all day long. Well, the YouTube feed's getting a handful more people, while the yeah, the Trading View feed is rocky, very rocky at the moment. Yeah, I mean they're just rolling out beta on TradingView, so obviously there's going to be that's how we release software is pushed out a little bit, get some bugs, get feedback from people that use it, um, and then continue to improve it. Minor experiments, but yeah, cool. So because I'm seeing on my screen it's connected, disconnected, connecting, disconnected, connecting, disconnected on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on TradingView, but YouTube is holding it together so far. All right, that's what we like to see. Little strength, little buyers getting a little happy. So again, I want to see that 69 taken out. We get 69 and 71 taken out, both these highs. Should give us a pretty strong up move candle, a thick or a tall candle, which we'll be selling into. I'll be selling into. I'll be taking profits into that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the TradingView. Good time on TradingView today. Yeah, I just think there was a little user error. I couldn't figure out how to make it work for me with the audio, because I accidentally tried to large and widen the screen, and it forced me to lose the chat. And if people were asking me questions or anything like that, then I didn't get them. If they weren't, no biggie, but I also might not have been too active with them. Anyway, back to YouTube for a few more minutes. All right. I'm actually taking a seat today. I haven't sat in my desk for a while. Potential bottom on crude might be worth trading. I think I'm gonna cut all trading short today. Let's take a look at corn. How did it turn out? Okay, there is a Feldwall breakout set up potential long on corn. Would need a buy stop above 376.6. So buy stop up here with a potential move to the midline. Let's see what our gold looks like on the hourly right now, since we're trading it. Okay, just huge compressed volatility on the hourly. Not all that interesting. Take a look at euro, pound, both held up. Dollar starting to put in a bottom there. Equity is doing the same. Bonds are just banging around here. So now bears, okay, so bears are also going to be seeing this trend line. So as we talked about, this is a bear flag for the bears. And you can see that kind of gets breached here. So all we're looking at is what are other traders seeing, right? What is the mechanism that other traders are seeing, and they're going to have context for this market. And what they're seeing is it could be a potential head and shoulder bottom here. Boom, boom, boom. This could be for bears, this would be a bear flag, right? Down, up. We hit new highs, pull it back. This could be that first look back, and we would need to like decidedly go against it, which we're starting to see potentials as we're having these long legs. We have these big candles that just can't hold. Bulls buy them back. Clear my screen. So on different time frames, we're seeing different things, right? This is very bullish. We had always in long, bang around, huge new high, and then reverse down really hard, 50 points, and then it comes right back. Bulls buy it back, get back control, and now we're just kind of banging around in this middle area, which is the hardest place to be, right? Because this is where nobody wants to be. They want to have the most obvious positions, and the most obvious, everybody wants it. So with this volatility here and the banging around in these different areas, there's a lot of indecision. That indecision is what gets people out of their positions, and then they have to come back and chase their positions. So now we've got three nice tops. Three nice tops. The short sellers, bears have stops above. You'll have a small stop group above here, and then here. But combined, that should bring a big candle that we want to sell into. Apparently, OPEC is going to have an emergency meeting this evening, considering they're down 8% on crude today. There might be good reason to do such a thing. Oh, all right. Okay, first little attempt coming up. As we continue to coil, so let's see, high 67, 66.80. So we're 2 ticks. So 67.10 is what we're looking for on the CFD. Switch. Looks like. Okay, samesies. Oh, we don't. Oh, do we have live? No, we don't. All right, looks like I'm going to cut it short. We're dying out in the room, and it's really boring while watching this paint dry. Any last questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and cut it and get going with the rest of my day. I'm still in long, looking to take an exit somewhere in the 70s or 80s, perhaps, on gold. That's pretty much what I'm after there.